So in this video, we're going to start looking at the basic rules of integration. So basically how you integrate something. So the most basic example we'll start with is just x to the power of n dx. Okay, so remember this is how you integrate something, it's how you write it. And this is x to the power of n, where n is kind of any number. So you talk about x squared, x cubed, x to the power of 4, whatever it is. So when you integrate that, it's going to change to x to the power of n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. Okay, so this is basically the opposite of differentiation again. Differentiation, you take away 1 and then you multiply it by whatever that is. But this one's a little bit different. You add 1 and you divide it. So just be really careful that you don't get integration and differentiation mixed up, because once you start having to do both of them at the same time, it can get a little bit confusing. So they're always, this formula is always in the tables book. If you do need it, just make sure you don't get mixed up, because it's a really bad mistake. And as always, we have to say plus c after every integration we do. Okay, so some basic examples then. If we integrate x squared, we're going to find it's going to be equal to x to the 2 plus 1 over 2 plus 1. Because again, in this case, 2 is our n, so it's n plus 1, which is 2 plus 1, divided by n plus 1, which is 2 plus 1. So if you integrate x squared, you're going to get x cubed over 3 plus c. Okay, does that make sense? And then again, if you, let me scroll down a little bit, I'll go green. If you integrate x cubed dx, you're going to get x to the power of 3 plus 1 divided by 3 plus 1, which is again going to give you, this is going to give you x to the power of 4 divided by 4 plus c. So you'll kind of see a pattern. It just ends up being one higher and then divided by that number. Okay, but you'll see that once we do a few examples. So I have 2 examples ready for this video. Oh, actually, one last thing I'll show you quickly is that if you integrate 3 to the dx, so if you integrate any constant, yeah, so 3 is a constant number, it's equal to 3x plus c. Yeah, so again, plus c all the time, but if there's no x beforehand, you just add an x in. Okay, hopefully that's all good. We'll do some quick examples now. So I'll say 1, we're going to do, you have to integrate 3x squared plus 4x plus 5 to the dx. Okay, so that's going to be equal to 3 multiplied by x by 2 plus 1 all over 2 plus 1. So once you get quick, you're going to be able to see that that 2 plus 1 is going to go to 3, and the bottom is going to go to 3. And then if we integrate the next bit, so this is just going to be plus 4, and x is just x to the power of 1. So it's going to be x to the power of 1 plus 1 over 1 plus 1. Yeah? And then the last one, 5, like we saw in this little example here, is just going to go to 5x. And then at the end, we can't forget our plus c. So that's all going to be equal to 3x cubed over 3. 2 plus 1 is 3, 2 plus 1 is 3. Plus 4x squared over 2. Plus 5x plus c, which is going to be equal to, if we want to simplify that, we can simplify it to just x cubed plus 2x squared plus 5x plus c, and all done. Okay, so yeah, that's basically what it is. So if you differentiate this, x cubed plus 2x squared plus 5x plus c, you'll get this. So you'll see that we're just moving backwards and forwards. Yeah, hopefully that makes sense anyway. We're going to look at one more quick example. I'll just do it down here in our green. So 1, 2. So we're going to have to integrate 2x minus 1 squared dx. Okay, so an important thing about integration is that you can't do something like this. So you can't, there's no chain rule or no product rule. So they have to all be just like this. So one thing added to another, added to another. Okay, there's no way of doing something squared. So a way around that basically is just to multiply it out. So that's going to be the same as saying, if we basically square this, so we're going to get, that's the same as the integration of 4x squared minus 4x plus 1 dx. Okay, so when you square that, you get this, and now we can do it no problem, which is you aren't able to do it if something is squared, as in if the whole thing is squared, if it's a product. You have to make sure every term is just added together. So if we go ahead and integrate this, then we're going to get 4x cubed over 3. So again, I'm not going to do the 2 plus 1 anymore. I'm just going to skip straight to it. So 2 plus 1 is going to be 3. And again, it's going to be divided by 2 plus 1, which is 3. This is going to be 4x squared over 2. And this is going to be plus x, because 1 is going to go to 1x, which is just x, plus c. So then just tidy that up a little bit. 4x cubed divided by 3 minus 2x squared plus x plus c is our answer. So hopefully that shows you just how to do kind of basic integrations of kind of quadratics and stuff like that. Yeah, that's all there is to it. So hopefully that's all clear and nothing's too complicated there. See you next time.